DJ, you're on the clock.
All right, I'm not going to waste too much time here. Let's save some time for the rest of the segment because I'm going to go Trevor Lawrence here for the obvious reasons. He's the best player in the draft. He's the best quarterback in the draft, and Urban Meyer didn't come back for any other reason than to get Trevor Lawrence.
Solid pick. I like your pick. That would have been my first pick too. All right.
Number 2 is New York Jets. Colin, who are you picking?
Okay. They have a lot of needs. Corner, edge rusher, wide receiver, running back. I can get everything they need later in the draft. I suspect they'll trade this pick, but we're not going to do trades in this pick. What they cannot get is a tight end like Kyle Pitts, who I think is the best athlete in the draft. He will own the middle of the field day one in the league. They drafted a star receiver last year. They can get a running back. Remember, they have multiple thirds, multiple firsts, seconds. They can get in. This is a deep offensive line class. There is no player like Pitts available later in the draft. He is the best tight end prospect perhaps since Kellen Winslow. I think he's an unbelievable talent. I know it's crazy. I'm going Kyle Pitts, Florida.
All right, I don't hate that pick if this is the Sam plan, right? If you're obviously sticking with Sam Darnold going forward. To me, Kyle Pitts, I can make a case for Kyle Pitts as the second best wide receiver in this draft. He just so happens to be a tight end.
Right.
So very unique skill set. So under the Sam plan, I don't hate that pick there, Colin.
All right, number 3, the Miami Dolphins. DJ, who you got?
All right, they stick with Tua here, Joy. Team Tua continues to fight on. And we're going to go ahead and get him some help and a weapon. We're not going to go back to Alabama. We're going to go to LSU, get Jamar Chase, who is the best wide receiver in this draft class, who's going to be able to do a lot of stuff after the catch with Tua.
Gosh, I had him going later. Oh, brother. Okay, yeah, he. By the way, if you ever want to watch somebody who's guaranteed to be great his first game in the NFL, go watch his YouTube talent. He literally looks like an NFL player. He looks like an elite NFL receiver on his college tape. He is unbelievable. Okay, Joey, I'm ready.
He's a faster Anquan Bolden.
Yeah.
Number 4, Atlanta Falcons. Colin, who you taking?
I'm not going to go quarterback. I can't get rid of Matt for 2 years. I think he's 35. I think he's fine. Their needs are they don't have enough playmakers in their front seven. I'm going to go Micah Parsons. I think he's a wild athlete. I think he's a playmaker. I think he's a great blitzer. They don't have enough playmakers on defense. Their offense last year, they were in shootouts every week. I don't need a new quarterback. They scored 30 a week. I'm going to take Micah Parsons. What do you make of that?
Off-the-ball linebackers, you don't traditionally see a lot of those guys go this high, but I think coming off the heels of a Super Bowl, we saw the impact with Devin White. I think there's a little bit of an impact as we go into this draft class. Big, fast, explosive. So I would take the quarterback. To me, I think I would sit there and take Zach Wilson as a gift from above, but take the linebacker, Colin. I'll let you do that.
All right. Number 5, Cincinnati Bengals. DJ, who are you taking?
Well, the highest rated players on my board left here are a quarterback and a corner, but this has to be a draft to protect Joe Burrow. So I've got a choice that comes down to 2 guys I have closely graded with Penei Sewell from Oregon and Rashawn Slater from Northwestern. I'm going to surprise Colin a little bit here, and I'm going to go with Slater from Northwestern, who is a cleaner, better player on tape, and he's going to help protect Joe Burrow going forward.
Yeah, he had great tape against Chase Young. By the way, he can play interior or out. He's a little like Vera.
All 5 positions.
Yep.
He can play all 5.
Yeah, so I don't have a problem with this at all. I don't know. Penei Sewell's got bad tape, I've heard. Slater's good. You can move him around. He's like Vera Tucker at USC. You can move him in. You can move him out. I don't mind this tape at all. Okay, now
I thought you were going to go Vera Tucker with your second pick overall there, Colin.
Only one quarterback in the top 5 so far. All right, Eagles. Colin, who are you taking?
Okay, so they butchered Carson Wentz. Everybody thinks they should take a quarterback. Don't you have to give Jalen Hurts a year? Are you going to support Jalen Hurts or not? I'd get him help. I'm going to take Jalen Waddle, wide receiver from Alabama, who I think is a sensational talent. I would have taken Jamar Chase if he was available. I worry about Devontae Smith's size at 163 pounds. I think Waddle's unbelievable. Alabama's got a better wide receiving core than half the NFL. I think they have struggled drafting wide receiver. They went first round last year. I'm going to give Jalen Hurts at least a year to succeed. I'm going to give him 16 starts. I'm going to give him some help on the perimeter. I think their O-line is still good enough to give him time. I go Jalen Waddle.
Wow. Okay. to me, that's the second. I've already selected Zach Wilson with 2 of your picks, so I've got him still hanging out there right now. But look, the Eagles are a ways away. To me, it's an interesting offseason for them. Are they thinking they can kind of package this team together and make a run, or is it a scrap it and totally rebuild? So that'll go a long way in deciding what they do.
The Detroit Lions, DJ, who are they taking?
Oh my gosh, Joy. I mean, I have it written down here. I'm looking at Farley, the corner, who I think is the best corner. You've got tackle there in Penei Sewell, who's really interesting. I like Jared Goff. I know they just, made that move. I'm not passing Zach Wilson if he falls to me here. I know I've got Jared Goff. I'm taking Zach Wilson here with the Detroit Lions.
Oh, my God. Poor Dan Campbell. He admitted he had limited brain capacity.
He's got a 6-year contract. He's got all kinds of time for this thing.
Well, he's got limited brain capacity, according to Dan Campbell. He said it yesterday. Now you created a quarterback controversy.
And I just call Chicago or Washington, and I trade Goff, and I get an extra pick for it, and off we go.
Boy, Lord.
Carolina Panthers, Colin.
Justin Fields. It's a perfect situation. I give Teddy Bridgewater 1 more year as the captain of the ship. Justin Fields, a great talent. He gets a year under a super smart coach and a really good guy, Teddy Bridgewater. I think Fields is the kind of guy that he's a little erratic, but I think I can coach him out of it because I think Matt Rule's sensational. I think he has the physical gifts that Teddy Bridgewater doesn't, and that will frustrate Carolina. They went heavy defense last year in the draft. Now I'm getting my quarterback. David Tepper, by the way, is the owner. He's aggressive. He wants a star quarterback, and Justin Fields is him at number 8.
I thought you had a strictly no quarterback policy here in the top 10, Colin. You surprised me there.
All right.
All right, number 9, the Denver Broncos, DJ.
All right, so we've got a couple options here. They don't need receivers, so even though Devontae Smith's out there, I had Caleb Farley as the top corner who is still available. We still got Penei Sewell. Gosh, there's a lot of options. I'm going to say Farley. I'm going to say they have to address that secondary, so I'm going to go Caleb Farley from Virginia Tech.
He's good. You have him ranked number 1 as your corner. All right. Virginia Tech's always had good corners.
All right, number 10, the Dallas Cowboys, Colin.
I'm going to go with the second best corner. They let go of Byron Jones, and it was obvious they're bad at safety and corner. I'd like to rebuild the offensive line, but they've got plenty of time for that later in the draft. I'm going to go Patrick Surtain from Alabama. He's a tough kid, got a lot of starts. He's played in a lot of big games and shut down a lot of people. He's got a nose for the ball. He's a playmaker. That's why Dallas has to start building the defense. And they have to. They got so much money tied up in offense. They got to save some money somewhere. So let's go defense for the Cowboys.
All right, I see. They need a corner there. Pair him up with his old college teammate there, as well with Diggs. So let's go. What we got next here?
Number
Who's up
11,
next, Joy?
the New York Giants, DJ.
I almost jumped you there, Joy. Thanks for stepping in. To me, with the Giants. Everybody's talked about playmaking. Devontae Smith still being there is awfully tempting. I know they took a tackle in the first round last year. They do it again this year. Dave Gettleman can't. If Penei Sewell's there, he's taking him. I mean, to get a big offensive line to protect Daniel Jones, you can play him at right or left tackle. So that's where I'd go.
Very interesting. Listen, he's a pancake guy. Now, here's what I worry about. The Pac-12 doesn't have any good edge rushers, so I don't know how good he is because he just swallowed everybody whole in the Pac-12. But he is a dominating run blocker when you watch him.
All right,
good player.
Number 12, the 49ers, Colin.
Okay, here we go. Trey Lance, quarterback, North Dakota State. Trey Lance. What are you guys looking at me like that for? Listen.
I like that. I love that pick. I think that's his floor. I think that is as far as he would slide right there.
Trey Lance, listen, Garoppolo's going to stay for a year. They stink when he doesn't play, but you get a kid in that probably needs a year of grooming. I think this kid, outside of Trevor Lawrence, it would not shock me in 3 years if he's the second best quarterback. I think he is just big, strong moves, arm. We just don't have enough tape on him, but I'm going to go with him.
Yeah, you might be one of those guys that, prefer quarterbacks who've never turned the ball over and never lose. I mean, if that's your thing, then you're going to like Trey Lance.
Number 13, the Los Angeles Chargers.
Oh, I know what I'd take right here. I know what I'd take.
Well, I've got Devontae Smith staring at me to add to that weaponry, but I am going to play the fight song for Colin's favorite college, and I'm going to take Elijah Vera Tucker from USC.
Boom. That's exactly what I'd take. He can play. He was the best, first or second best guard in the country. Wyatt Davis was good. He played tackle this year and was very good. Now, again, tackle in the Pac-12 doesn't mean you can – they don't have a lot of edge rushers, but I think he's a really good football player. He's better than Austin Jackson, who got drafted first round.
He's going to be an all-pro. He's going to be an all-pro guard. He is really good.
All right, who we got next?
Number 14, the Minnesota Vikings, Colin.
This is hard. Okay, listen, I think they need a corner. I think Mike Zimmer loves defensive players. I'm going to say Gregory Rousseau, Miami edge rusher. I think Mike Zimmer wants to put – listen, last year – quarterbacks ate up this defense. Zimmer has a lot. I think Mike Zimmer's a good coach who takes a ton of pride in defense. I think they have multiple needs on defense, but I think this kid's really good. And what do you like about that pick or not like?
I like him a lot. I think when you look at Daniil Hunter, you talk about long, rangy, athletic edge rushers, getting him back. That's going to be a nice combo there coming off the edge. The kid, he was a receiver and a safety in high school. Like, he hadn't even played the position that long and walked into Miami, had 15 and a half sacks before he opted out. He's a good one.
All right, number 15, the New England Patriots, DJ.
Oh, boy.
I'll run this one up. I know that they don't have a great track record at this position, but Devontae Smith is staring them right in the face. Just take him. Take him right now, and you'll figure out the quarterback thing with a veteran, but you need a legit number one guy. I think he could be that.
All right, finally, Colin Cowherd, the Arizona Cardinals, number 16.
This is really hard for me because they need a corner. They need special teams help. They could use receivers. This is a hard one for me. This is the hard one. I'm not going to say Christian Darrisaw, Virginia Tech. I think they could use offensive line help because Kyler got whacked a lot last year. Okay, I'm going to roll the dice on this. You're going to crush me. God, I'm trapped. I don't like another edge. You know what I'm going to say? No, they don't. What if do you trust Chandler Jones? I'm going to get on the phone here and call somebody. Do you trust Chandler Jones, or would you draft another edge rusher?
You can never have enough edge rushers.
Okay, I'm going to go
healthy or not.
Quiddy Pay, Michigan. They have a lot of needs. I think he's explosive. They went and got Simmons last year. I don't think their offense is the issue. I think of their many needs, I think by the way, you're in a division with Matt Stafford, Russell Wilson, Jimmy Garoppolo. That's a really good bunch of quarterbacks you have to face. I got to make them uncomfortable, so I'm going to go him. Quiddy Pay.
Quiddy Pay is going to weigh 270-something pounds. He's going to run in the high 4.5s. He is a freak show as an athlete. So when you have Isaiah Simmons and Budda Baker, you've got some real speed on that defense now. I like that one.
Look at this. So overall, you could go ahead and rip me. What was my worst pick?
Well, I mean, to me, I can justify the Kyle Pitts thing because of, moving forward with Sam Darnold. I understand that. I just don't think that if the Eagles are sitting there at pick number 6 and we've only had one quarterback come off the board, I don't think that Jalen Hurts has shown enough that I'm going to bypass the opportunity to take one of those other guys.
No, so you're going to ruin Jalen Hurts too.
He's a 50th pick who did some good things, but not enough for me to bypass one of these other guys who carry a higher grade.
All right, that was fun. I had a lot of fun. That was the most fun.
We went through 15 picks. I had my order right here, just of how I have them rated. We're 15 for 15. I think you've been cheating. I think you've been reading off my list. The first 15 picks were my top 15 players. That's cheating.
In your face, current GMs. By the way, I didn't have notes.
Cheating.
You know where my notes are, Daniel? Boom, right up here.
Yeah. Hey, Joy, I can't see. Were you sliding him notes across the floor
I just
there?
send them. I make paper planes and send them over there.
Oh my God, that is honestly my favorite segment in the history of my career.
That was fun.
In my entire career, that's the most fun I've ever had. Okay, Daniel.
Which means there's zero chance any of this crap happens. That's all that means.
All right. He does at Move the Sticks is his Twitter account. It's phenomenal. He's super smart. Good talking to you, buddy.
Good to see you, pal. Good to see you, Joy.
You too.
See you. God, that was great. I can shut the show down right now.
It was fun.
Boom. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.